Hey guys, let's start our garden tour. This is just our perennial bed. I've put in a few annuals and tropicals in there, mixed it amongst it. Everything's not fully grown yet. It's still spring here. Isn't that a beauty? Foxgloves up and going, and waiting for the peonies to open up. Buddha's chilling. We planted our baskets already. It's a little cool today, but it's been quite warm so far. This year we went with this variegated leaf hydrangea. And some of the perennials are blooming here. Here I did a bit mixture of vegetable and flower. These are bitter melon, also known as Carilla, and I've mixed in some flowers with it. We're gonna head off to the orchid garden, if I can get myself in here. There we go. Remember we had a lot of babies last year over here. Now they've grown over the winter. Some of them are getting ready to flower. Some of them have flowered already. And I put this lattice on top to just kind of give sparse amount of light. Here's a little beauty for you. This is Cattleya. And over here, not to be missed, these are great. Not for full sun though. I find when I put in full sun, they burn. So also annuals, not perennials. And back to the orchids. So I've captured rainwater, and that's what I give these guys, a little bit of a dip. These Vanda orchids are wonderful. They don't even need a pot. I put them in these baskets, but these Vanda baskets, you can get them online. Amazon sells them. Home Depot in the US, you can get them for like $6 or $7 there. I have a wonderful family that live in Philadelphia, and I asked her to buy it for me. She shipped it. So that was a great gift. I find that when this is wet, it still gives moisture to the roots. That's all Vandas really want, is just a little bit of moisture. They don't require any potting soil or orchid medium. So I have a few of them here. You can see they're doing really well. And this one's getting ready to bloom. Stay tuned for photos of that once it blooms. Vanda orchids are easy to take care of. As I said, they just need to be misted and dipped in water at least once or twice a week. If it's winter time, definitely twice a week, because you know the air is so dry in our homes and causes them to dry out. Now we're gonna make it out to the vegetables. So again, here I've mixed some annuals, and these are gonna be my beans once they start coming up. That is the lemon, and these are my old, why can't I think of the name right now? It'll come back to me. These are the tomato beds. This year we made a big change. We took out our lawn to make room for some more vegetables. So there you go. No more lawn. Thanks to all of our family that came and helped. I still planted the tomatoes with the marigolds, the basil, and the onions, because I find it really helps with pests and bugs This is a beautiful arbor I made, and on top of this is going to grow my zucchini squash, long squash, and honeydew. Here I have some cabbages, and over here also. So here's a good view of the garden this year, guys. Isn't this great? So now I've been able to dedicate an entire bed to vegetables. This one I've dedicated to eggplants. And on the end there's a little bit of okra. Again, this is cabbage. Here I've mixed it up a little with some fennel, celery, beets, broccoli, cauliflower, and some fresh herbs. Back here we have the carrots coming up and some radishes, some more beets, lots of lettuce, and this is more broccoli and cauliflower, bok choy back here, and I grew them in 3 stages this year. This is the first stage, and here is the second, and this will be my late harvest, and then I'll repeat from there. So once this is done, I'll plant back some more, and hopefully it'll take me into September, October. And at the back of the arch here, I've planted the melons over here. Honeydew melon, some baby watermelon, and cantaloupe. And that'll hopefully grow up and go over the arch. I've already started using a lot of these greens, picking them and using them, especially the outer parts of the bok choy and a lot of the lettuce. Delicious. And on this side of the arbor, I have, somebody's cutting the lawn, so sorry for that. I have some squash, butternut squash, zucchini squash, and cucumbers. I also have a little bit of bitter melon and loofah. Here is Jamaican pumpkin and some poi, spinach, and callaloo. And if you watched the video yesterday, you know I picked a lot of it and I used it already in my cook-up rice. This is the best addition though, guys, the hammock. Fantastic. So I hope you guys are all doing well with the COVID, but this is how I kind of escaped the COVID with the plants, because I know the garden centers are jam-packed and you can't get in. Sean's greenhouse that he made me, I moved them to the concrete, and in them I started all my seeds. This one was packed with seeds. I have a few left right now. Some marigolds and celery. I have some tomatoes and some hot peppers coming up still. And some flowers, aster flower. Here is the beautiful 3 bins of raspberries. Oh, and by the way, that plant over there was the bougainvillea. It's coming back. I know it looks like a dried stump right now, but I wanted to shape it, so I cut it back a lot, because I do have to bring it inside. This is the kale bed. Andrew did a beautiful job. Looks like a work of art. Also being used a lot right now. Okay, so this is a second greenhouse Right now I have potatoes growing in here, but before, all of the things you see growing out here were babies in here. Raspberries are coming along. Some raspberries take a while, and some are just raring to go. At the side yard, we did put some rocks for drainage, but it's pretty much the same. I'm doing cucumbers. Baby cucumbers down there. Some there. Some there. And this is the spinach and arugula lettuce beds with a little bit of sugar snaps. Some new things that I used this year is I tried this new chicken fertilizer here. Pure Grow. You can get it at Home Depot. It's fantastic. So far, I didn't find that it burnt any of the roots. In fact, I think the plants really like it. Also, I bought great gardening soil for the new bed that we took up the lawn, that whole area. I bought that from Fairgreens, and it's here in our area. So if you have a Fairgreens in your area, it's a great soil, the premium garden soil. As you can see, we didn't get much weeds. It's fantastic. The worst thing you can do is have a garden this size and buy soil that has a whole bunch of weeds in it. It would drive you crazy. I just want to show you the cute little stones, all made by our family members. Beautiful touch of love in the garden. Just gorgeous. On this bed here, I have the zucchini and a little bit of red cabbage. And this whole bed here is dedicated to hot peppers. You can see I have some bananas coming up. Some of them have flowers already. These are all weary, bird pepper, chili pepper, and habanero. They all grow in different stages, but they're coming up slowly but surely. We kept the perennial garden the same because I love the mixture of the flowers and the vegetables, and I love when the garden looks organized. My neighbor told me it looks very zen, and I have to agree with her. So this completes our garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, all these are made by the kids. Little added touches. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention something, and you're all probably noticing it all through the tour. These little white specks all over the garden. We don't use any kind of sprays or bug killers in our garden, so don't feel it's that. It's everywhere. You all know that I bake cakes and cookies all through the year, and cupcakes. So what this is eggshells that I've saved, probably over 300 eggshells that I've saved. I crush them up, I keep them in the garage, and I place them in the garden. It's a great source of nutrients for your plants. I also blend up banana peel, and I'll pour that on there. But the eggshells is a definite thing that everybody can do, and it's a great source of nutrients for your plants. Also forgot to mention these bushes over here and the other ones over there. It's garlic. These are going to be elephant garlic, probably the size of the palm of your hand. They're coming along really well. I planted them last September and they've overwintered. Garlic has to overwinter because I'm growing the hardneck garlic. If you watch, there's a video on that also about hardneck versus softneck. These are hardneck garlic, so I planted them in September and they came up beautifully in the spring on their own. Another thing I wanted to mention is about why I chose to use these bricks. When it rains, the bricks actually hold water in them underneath and feeds the soil from underneath. So it's kind of like a cute, smart way to have irrigation under the soil and keep the soil moist. All right, now it's not very hot, but you know, come July and August, it will be very hot. And my sprinklers will water in the morning to suck up the moisture from under these rocks, and it feeds, you know, underneath. So it's a great way to kind of preserve your water so you don't have to water again in the afternoon. Okay, we've set up our lounge here. I hope you're doing something wonderful in your garden again, and I thank you for spending time with me today. Cheers, guys.
To the end.
Taking out the lawn to grow more garden vegetables. Is that good?